Watch this. Why you run like that? Why you run like that? Why you run like that? He's like, all right. Okay.
All because you wanted to go to that party so bad you couldn't find a reliable arrangement, get him a babysitter so he can be properly cared for while you go out 3 a.m. in the morning to go party on the beach.
He also allegedly suffers from spasticity, which is like a neurological disorder that makes it hard for people or babies to move their limbs. He also suffers from seizure disorder and CVI. Now, CVI is cortical visual impairment, which is just, it means that a part of his brain has been damaged, the part of his brain that controls his vision. So he has blindness.
Soon as Chrisean's young boy's name started trending again, the entire internet moaned with exhaustion and curiosity. It was the tired but absorbed sensation that occurs when a story simply won't let go. Everyone thought the narrative was over and there was nothing else that could surprise them. But once again, here we are. Group chats, timelines, and Twitter threads are all exploding. Another turn in a relentless story. While it's true that people are exhausted, they're also paying attention because, let's face it, no one ever really pays attention to public scandals or the issues of famous parents. This time, the headline wasn't your typical nonsense. Strangely, it was bigger, heavier, and more personal.
Bad is I would want this information that was just put out about Chrisean Jr. to be false. At some point, I'm thinking it might be some type truth to it. Because you got to think, almost 2-year-old child is laying on his back. He's not mobile. So that means he's in diapers. So that means he's sitting in that. So can I believe there were maybe possible breakdown of the skin? I can believe.
The conversation extended beyond Chrisean's choices as an artist and public figure. Her position as a mother and the decisions she took that affected the life of a young child who has been the center of attention ever since he lost the ability to walk were the topics of discussion. The times were instantly unclear. Supporters. On the other side of the room started frowning. Its criticism sharpened its claws. Even the more objective onlookers felt obliged to voice their thoughts. Social media was flooded with comments, think pieces, and uninhibited discussions. Some of the posts were critical, while others were cruel. Though many felt the advice was being misinterpreted as judgment, many also voiced legitimate concerns. It was obvious what the tone was.
And we kept trying to tell y'all that Chrisean is a terrible fucking mother, and y'all was just trying to have her back and give her so much sympathy. Allegedly, Chrisean's son's medical records got leaked. They're saying that he suffered from withdrawals from when he was pregnant, okay, because I know the baby wasn't doing it, so that means the mama was, and we all saw her smoking and drinking while she was pregnant, okay? The medical records are also saying allegedly that he suffered from fetal alcohol syndrome, meaning that he is being affected from what his mama did, allegedly. Allegedly is saying that he also has a seizure disorder, and is saying a few other things are contributing to the why he's 2 and he cannot walk yet. And even Yanti got on here. We've been trying to tell this girl to get help for her baby. She talking about pray for her. All the prayers in the world ain't gonna work if you're not taking that baby to go get help.
According to reports, Chrisean is preparing her son for a challenging future. Nor are they being quiet about it. Idols are unrelated to this. Something heavier, something more solid, something relentless. Right now, every time someone tweets or posts about her, it seems like lighting a match in a room full of gas vapors. It blows up, not just lights up. Everybody is observing everything. Parenting choices that were previously dismissed are now accepted as acceptable evidence in court. And when the latest batch of leaks appeared online, the conversation became extremely loud.
And he drowned. And he got unalive. All because you wanted to go to that party so bad you couldn't find a reliable arrangement, get him a babysitter so he can be properly cared for while you go out 3 a.m. in the morning to go party on the beach. Is it that serious? some people are just not meant to have kids. I mean, like, I don't like to judge nobody parenting, but she just be she do shit, and it's given, like, it's off her clout. She want to be the bud.
Reports of documents allegedly related to an investigation into her parenting started to surface along with vague suspicions. Let it settle for a while. Someone speculating is one thing. It's another when genuine or fraudulent receipts start to spread. According to these claims, the notebooks contain descriptions of risky circumstances, drama that occurs late at night, and risky decisions that would make any parent shudder. Online allegations claim that during her absence, she put her son at risk. Rumor has it that one night she was partying by the river when she exposed him. When it comes to this profanity, no one is holding back. Similar to digital trading cards, screenshots are being shared. A lot of irate remarks and speculation are present. Analyzing photos and videos that have been on the internet for months is giving people a new perspective. They remark the child looks anxious.
What type of legacy do you want to leave behind for him? What do you want him to know about Mom?
How to turn to God. I just want to teach him how to, because it's nothing.
He flinches at sudden movements and appears uneasy when voices are raised. The presumption is fueling the fires, regardless of whether such opinions are true or exaggerated. It is now a part of the narrative. They are slowing down, replaying, and analyzing each video frame as though it were evidence in an ongoing investigation. And the most common inquiry in comment sections is how this was missed for so long. What's odd is how complicated the reactions are.
Who's out here breaking HIPAA laws? Apparently, there's some medical records of Chrisean and her baby floating around, and I don't know if it's true. This is all alleged, but I'm just gonna share what I learned. Maybe, allegedly. So it says that the baby suffers from fetal alcohol syndrome and neonatal abstinence syndrome. So neonatal abstinence syndrome is basically the baby is withdrawing from opioids, some sort of, but they're thinking either opioids or coke in this case. And allegedly, but he also allegedly suffers from spasticity, which is like a neurological disorder that makes it hard for people or babies to move their limbs. He also suffers from seizure disorder and CVI. Now, CVI is cortical visual impairment, which is just it means that a part of his brain has been damaged, the part of his brain that controls his vision. So he has blindness. Like, a lot of people, I've heard people say this, but I just didn't believe it. But oh my God. It also says that he should be in palliative care. Now, I work in hospice, and a lot of people, they believe that palliative care and hospice is interchangeable, but it's not. The palliative care kind of focuses more on prolonging the life of the child or person in general. But in this case, if he should be on palliative care, he's got a very serious medical condition, and she needs to be taking care of him. How? As a mother, do you know these diagnoses, or do you know any of this information about your son and not help him?
Many people believe that this is proof that the rumors, the leaks, and the movies all add up to something that is indisputable. However, another, just as vocal faction is adamantly in favor of Chrisean and says this is a witch hunt. They see it as blatant privacy invasion, online gossip, and people pointing the finger at a mother who is just trying to raise her child for issues. The rift is profound and getting worse every day. However, the situation may be far worse than anyone had previously thought if even a few of these accusations are accurate. The storm is becoming louder, and the pressure is rising. Chrisean hasn't said anything at all. No affirmations, no denials, and no acknowledgement of any careless moments. She is behaving as if she is immune to harm.
Sean's son's medical records leaking and everybody seeing and hearing about what's on them does not cancel her. I don't know what else at this point will. Like, somebody needs to get that little boy out of her care and get him out of her care quick. I tried to give Chrisean the benefit of the doubt because, you know, you're not always the best parent. Not everybody is the best parent, but they might be the best parent for that child. No, she's not the best parent at all. Like, seeing what's on these medical records is making me sick. Like, mind y'all, he didn't ask to be here and she did not have.
But the quiet is starting to seem oppressive, like an unbreakable weight. As a result, people have developed an addiction to their devices. At what point will she lose it? What time will she do it? Things get considerably crazier at this point. Internet users like riddles. At the moment, it is handling the whole matter as if it were a case that has to be resolved. There are a lot of people on social media who call themselves detectives. By obtaining earlier interviews, looking at screenshots, comparing timestamps, and reading through comment threads, they are creating a crime scene. It's obsessive, but that's just the nature of the beast. Most of us eagerly await the moment when we may declare, "I knew it." Then the biggest shock of all occurred.
Junior's medical records been leaked. I don't know how true it is, but it's saying that he got all type of stuff and how she was being neglectful. But my thing is, if the doctors test the babies after they were born and they see that something, like if she was doing substances or something, she would have had to suffer the consequences. So I'm not sure if everything is true or not, but whoever did leak that is about to face some serious charges because the HIPAA laws, like, wow.
Things took a drastic turn when alleged medical records started to circulate. No one was able to confirm the accuracy of the information, even though it was linked to her little child. The sound was sudden and relentless. Within hours, blogs were up and running. The kilometers of Twitter conversations were being broken down line by line, like a code. The charges revealed persistent developmental and health issues. The subject suddenly shifted. In this case, parenting was no longer the primary problem. They talked about the potential consequences for a youngster who might be struggling in the background. Whether any of it was true or not didn't matter. For days, the rumors created a lot of attention on the internet.
Any type of tension whatsoever. We've never even seen Chrisean take Junior to the damn park. The park. And this is only a part of what we see during her entire day. Imagine what that boy gotta go through 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week with Chrisean, because y'all know she don't have no nanny, she don't have no caretaker, because she don't want anybody to know what Chrisean Jr. is going through. That he can't talk, he can squeak, he can't.
That was not the end of the story. All of Chrisean's son's videos, old and new, regained their popularity. People looked at things they hadn't noticed before. He seems so distant, or why doesn't he light up like other toddlers? Were common comments. Others viewed the pilfered documents as the last piece of the puzzle, explaining behaviors that had previously been unexplained. Others stated that social media was turning speculation into danger, and that it was disgusting and a breach of children's privacy. However, the conversation had gotten out of control. Before another wave hit, others started to relax. Online reports claim that Junior has been working with a team of professionals, including specialists in physical therapy, muscle therapy, heart care, vision, and other disciplines that offer the kind of support network that suggests ongoing care.
Watch this. Why you run like that? Why you run like that? Why you run like that?
That relieved some of the anxiousness in a way. A common thought is, well, at least she's getting him help. But it also raised new questions. Why were there so many specialists in attendance? What's going on in the background? Then there were rumors of alternatives to pregnancy. Several sources claim that she privately admitted to acting in ways that would have caused greater difficulties for her little boy while she awaited judgments. Naturally, there was no evidence, but many saw it as a secret admission that something was happening behind closed doors. People couldn't help but stare when the narrative changed and showed images of private problems in contrast to public identities. The past cannot be ignored either. The public has been aware of this young man's life from the beginning. All human memories are preserved. Supporters assert that while Chrisean seemed distracted, she put her personal issues ahead of her son's comfort. The alleged car crash that happened after a furious phone dispute with Blueface. The viral beach videos taken at night. The images where he is believed to have been abandoned. The subject of whether those events were misunderstood has not been forgotten by the internet. The present storm is being set against the backdrop of every old post and shaky video. This was followed by the live stream. This was the one situation that really drove folks insane. Chrisean made a funny hand gesture while holding her son during a live session where she was engaging with her supporters. The baby immediately twisted, writhed, and leaned away as though he wanted to escape. The conversations were lively. Some said that he looked scared. Some people think it's overstimulated. Many claimed that it was just a toddler behaving like a toddler. Her casual "watch this" before raising her hands, however, was a controversial remark in this context. They started asking, if this is what we see live, imagine off camera. An idea became a reality with the aid of the internet. Fire. Even today, the theories persist. People are creating links between things that might not even exist and engaging in crazy speculation. Despite the viral films, the ongoing chaos, and the alleged medical breakthroughs, this narrative endures. Because the story seems to be writing itself with every repost, comment, and thought piece, people are unable to put it down. Now, what do we have left? Do these explanations make sense? Or is this just another example of how trivial things can gain great online prominence? The truth may lie somewhere in the middle, but one thing is for sure. However, the story is far from over. Every fresh bit of footage, rumor, and receipt only serves to heighten the intensity of the attention. Select like, subscribe, and comment to activate these notifications. If this tragedy teaches us anything, it's that Chrisean and her small kid will be discussed on the internet for a very long time.